Beauty and the Beast by Annalise. Beauty looked around. "Father, where are you?" she called out from the cottage she lived in. Her father soon appeared. "Don't worry, Beauty, I was just grabbing fruits and herbs from our bakery in the village," he said happily. "Here's the newest news from the village and a few books as a gift," he said, walking in with berries and herbs. Their cocker spaniel Fluffy raced to Beauty's father, barking. "Oh, Fluffy, calm down. I wasn't gone for that long," Father said, putting the basket on the table. Beauty laughed and opened the newspaper. A picture would seem to be a mountain lion popped up. "Father, guess what? Whoever kills this beast gets 10,000 euros. Beauty said excitedly. She got up. "This could help us. We wouldn't have to be peasants anymore, Father." And Father looked up from the batter and pastries he was making. "Beauty, you're an amazing hunter, but isn't it too much of a risk?" he said softly, blinking at her. "Father, I will be fine. Plus, Timmy will protect me," she said happily. "He has the sharpest teeth ever," Beauty said. "Beauty, enough. You're not going to hunt the beast." Her father hissed and went back to making pastries. Beauty rolled her eyes. She woke up and grabbed her hunting rifle. Fluffy looked up from her slumber and got up. Beauty was so as quiet as a mouse creeping through the small wooden cottage. She opened the door softly. She got out of the house now. She just has to ride Timmy into the forest. She closed the door, making sure not a creak was heard. She walked out, grabbed Timmy the giant turtle saddle and bridle, and rode him into the forest. She followed a path as Fluffy ran beside them. All of a sudden, a howl was heard. A wolf leaped out. All of a sudden, the beast that was on the newspaper leaped at the wolf. The two fought each other and ripped each other apart. The beast bit down on the wolf's leg. The wolf yelped in pain and scrambled away. Beauty gasped. "You saved me. It's no use shooting you now, I suppose." The beast smiled a bit. I am Beast, of king of all creatures of the forest. Would you like to come into my castle and be my wife? I can give your father money," the beast said. Beauty thought to herself, "I mean, it obviously makes sense to marry someone you just met and abandon your father." She thought to herself, smiling. "Sure." The beast grabbed Timmy and Fluffy and took them to the castle. Beauty grabbed a bandage and other things to heal the beast. The beast kept looking at Timmy while Beauty prepared dinner. The beast licked his lips. Timmy stared back at him, growling. The beast leaned in so closely their noses were touching. Then he ripped Timmy's head off. Blood splattered everywhere. "Huh? Timmy!" The beast looked over. Beauty, it's not what you think." The beast said, throwing Timmy into the unknown. Okay," Beauty said. She looked at the beast. Surely he wasn't that bad if he saved her. She took a step back. "Let's just have dinner," she said quietly. After dinner, the beast kept looking oddly at Fluffy. Fluffy kept growling at him. "Fluffy, be nice." Beauty scooped up the small dog and went upstairs to her room. Gaston looked around the small room at night. Maybe he could get revenge on the beast for stealing Beauty from him. He got the syringe ready and crept towards the beast's bed. He injected the poison into the beast. The beast grumbled in his sleep. Gaston smiled and scratched his butt chin. How could Beauty inject such a shiny, beautiful butt chin? Beauty went into her room. She set Fluffy down and got into an emerald dress. She put it on and looked at the mirror. And her emerald green eyes shined in the light, and she brushed her caramel brown hair and head downstairs. The beast stretched. "I'm gonna go outside to the garden," Beauty said. The beast stared at her. "You're not going anywhere," he said. Beauty tilted her head and walked towards the door. The beast leaped in front of her on all fours, snarling and growling and hissing in rage. "Did I stutter?" The beast roared in fury, his tail lashing. He roared at her. Beauty shrieked and ran off. Fluffy came barking down the stairs. The beast stared at the dog and charged at the small golden creature. The beast slashed the dog's face, blood splattering everywhere. Fluffy yelped in pain. Beast bit the dog's waist, its spine snapping in half. The beast threw the dog's limp body into the wall. Beauty heard a thump and raced down the stairs. Fluffy! Beauty ran to the dog's body. Oh, Fluffy, but Beast, what happened? He said. Tears were flowing down her cheeks. She cried and looked at her hands filled with blood from hugging the dog. Beast, how could you? Beauty said. The beast snorted. Your ugly creature was growling at me, so I did what I had to, he said. Then he got up and walked away. This is when Beast knew she had to leave this castle. It wasn't safe. How long would it be when the beast kills Beauty out of anger? She had to leave and get to her father's cottage. I'm going to the library, she said softly. She went to the library and sat down reading. I need to leave, she said softly to herself as she looked around. The beast walked in. I'm going hunting. Stay here, he said. He soon turned around and left. Beauty watched him leave. This was their chance to finally get out. She ran upstairs. She knew he left. She ripped her beautiful silk dress and made a rope. She hung out the window and climbed down. Once Beauty got down, she found a beautiful deer. The creature looked at her and offered her to ride on its back. Beauty was soon in the forest close to her father's house, and then she saw it, the small cottage. But why wasn't it a normal fancy house? The beast had promised to give her father riches so he could live a good life. Beauty got off the deer and thanked it. The deer nestled her lightly and leaped off. The deer was leaving. As the deer was leaving, the beast leaped out and biting down into its neck. Beauty froze. A wave of shock hit her. She gasped. The beast roared at her. I told you not to leave. The beast roared. Beauty stared at him. But the beast, I'm sorry. Please spare me. Beauty cried. The beast sang, grabbed her, running towards the castle. You are lucky I spared you. The beast looked at her, putting her down. Beauty nodded and ran upstairs crying. How was she going to leave now? Beauty sniffled and an idea came to her. The hunting rifle. She had it. It had to be somewhere. She could search the castle for it to escape. Then the beast attacked her. She couldn't shoot him. It was worth a shot. Beauty waited till night and creeped down the stairs, making sure not to make sound. Beauty searched the castle every inch except the beast's room. She went down to the basement and went to the weapons room. That moment, a wave of relief hit her. The rifle was right there, but then a growl was heard. It was the beast. How had it woken up? Oh, Beauty, he said, grabbing her shoulder. Looks like you're going to the dungeon, he sang. Beauty cried, pleading for mercy, but the beast did not listen. He dragged her and threw her into a cell. Beauty cried, banging on the bars. The beast left. How could she escape now? Wait, the animals in the forest could help her. Oh, creatures of the forest, help me escape this terrible beast. All of a sudden, birds flew from the windowsill and picked up the lock. Then the lock fell. Beauty caught it so it didn't make any noise at all. She slowly put it down and thanked the bird. Beauty walked towards the rifle and grabbed it. Soon a deer walked in and Beauty leaped on it gracefully. 2 wolves stalked in and went beside the deer. Soon they entered the forest and nothing wrong had happened so far. They followed the path and went over a stream. An owl had followed them and the wolves were making sure no other animal would attack them. Then Beauty saw the small cottage. She got down and thanked the deer and the creatures. She walked to the door and her father opened the door smiling. Oh, Beauty, you're back. I missed you so much. Wait, where's Timmy and Fluffy? He said. Beauty sighed and told him what had happened. The beast stealing her and everything else. Oh, Father, it was terrible, but the forest animal saved me, she said as they walked inside the cottage. Beauty sat down. Well, I'm just glad you're safe, he said, giving her cookies. All of a sudden, a growl was heard, and Beauty gasped. It was the beast. Oh, Beauty, why did you leave me? You're supposed to stay forever, he snarled. Beauty gasped and grabbed the rifle. She swung the door open as she cocked the gun. Leave at once or I will shoot you, she snapped it with fury. Why was he so obsessive? You're just bluffing. The beast laughed, but all of a sudden she shot him in the head. The beast screeched in pain and fury, hitting the ground with a large thump. Ever since then, Beauty and her father lived happy lives and lived in the Beast's castle and ran a successful bakery.